It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Alrighty, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Get ready for the big old weekend. Jbird was talking about how he's got kind of a mystery destination he's going out to. Now, I know before when you've gone out with your buddy Bigfoot, this is going to be kind of like a double date trip that's going on. Now that y'all got lady friends. He seems to like to go out to the country a bit and do a little camping.
Both love camping. I love it. We like to make sure it gets real hot and muggy out before we do it.
Yes, it's good. Yeah, you like to, yeah.
Are the mosquitoes ready for me? Okay, now I'll go.
Yep. I think we're doing a little mix of an RV / camping. So you can get the camping in the tent, and as soon as you're like, all right, this sucks, you can go in the RV.
Smart.
I like being out in the rough. I like sweating my balls off.
You do? Okay.
I like being outside at nighttime.
Okay. Well, get a little bit of that, you think?
Said every prowler. I love being out at night.
You make it so easy for the murderer. It's way easier to get into a tent than it is to get into a Winnebago.
Like last night, I was taking a walk out. I thought it was beautiful out. I wasn't at all uncomfortable. There was a nice little breeze going. I was thinking, if it's like this, I'll be fine.
Night times aren't too bad yet.
They're not.
Yeah, and even when we get to the heat of the summer, it's doable. I mean, I remember nights that I've sat outside in July or August, and we've had dinner, and you have a little light sweat, but it's not too bad.
I'm just excited because it's going to be somewhere out in the woods, and I'll be looking up in the sky. Hopefully we find something, see something. And it doesn't always have to be aliens. People always think I'm talking about aliens. I just like seeing cool shit in the sky, whether it's a satellite. It's kind of a fun game, although it's going to sound dorky. I like kind of deciphering whether it's a satellite or if it's a plane or if it's
alien.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut the fuck
Is
up.
it E.T.?
I remember I was outside, go, that right there is a satellite. I can tell by the way it's colliding. Like, no one heard that, right?
Well, today is National Talk Like Yoda Day. I don't know why it's today. I mean, they just have these random little things. And I don't know if it's anything trying to gear up for that Mandalorian and Grogu movie that's dropping tomorrow.
That's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to drum up. People are, I don't know. There's a civil war within the Star Wars community. From what I'm hearing, a lot of people think the movie is going to be shitty. But these are people who have an agenda, who want this to be shitty. I don't want to hate Star Wars, by the way. I want to like it.
People want to hate it.
Yes, it's gotten so, because it's gotten away from what it really was about. It's gotten to be, some people don't even recognize the franchise of what it was.
Okay. Well, they say that so far the results are not very good for the Mandalorian and Grogu. They say on Rotten Tomato, the score currently stands at 60%.
Is that fan or audience?
Couldn't tell you. The story just added that, and I was trying to type it in, and it fucked up.
60%.
60% is not good.
Yeah, it's not. I'll tell you what, though. It's a lot better. If 60% is the audience, it's better than some of the other shit that they've come out with.
Weirdly enough, well, I guess they don't have anything on the popcorn meter yet. Maybe because it hasn't come out, so that's the tomato meter. It's at 61% right now.
If the critics like it, that means the fans are going to hate it. That's usually what happens. So if the critics are blowing this movie,
I don't think 61's blowing it. Is that high? It goes to 100, right?
It does. But think about that.
Where I'm from, that's an F.
6 out of 10 people liking a project, in today's day and age, that's a lot of eyeballs on your project saying, I vouch for that. I know in a grade, yes, 60% of math class sucks, but 6 out of 10 people watching your content, it's a lot of fucking eyeballs.
So that means that's a good rating. So if you get a 61%, you're like, you got to feel pretty good about that one. I don't
think it's a great rating, but I mean, there's been some Star Wars projects that were in the 40s and 30s on the grading scale.
Okay.
That means nobody's liking this shit, not even the actors.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's terrible.
Looking at, like, for instance, to compare it, like Star Wars New Hope, that was a 94% on the tomato meter, 96 on popcorn meter, but you're arguably talking about maybe the greatest one of all time. And they're putting this more, I think, on the same level as Solo. I think maybe it's the one they had said.
Solo did not do it. Solo is considered a failure as a box office when it comes to Star Wars.
So here's how a lot of them have looked, from some of the higher ones to the lowers. New Hope, you're at 94%. That's very high. Force Awakens is actually 93%.
People liked that in the beginning. Then they fucked it up. They brought Rian or Ryan Johnson involved. Oh, Virginia, don't get me started.
Who the hell is Ryan Johnson?
Somebody, he might be more hated than Jar Jar Binks.
Wow.
In some circles of the Star Wars world.
You've got Star Wars The Last Jedi from 2017. They had that at 91%.
That's some bullshit. I don't know who the fuck made that AI horse shit up, because that is not accurate.
This is Rotten Tomatoes.
There's no way that got 90. That's got to be a critic score. There's no way 91% of the audience liked that movie.
Yeah, no, it's 91 for tomato meter, popcorn meter 41.
There you go. There's the audience.
So I'm only comparing it to... Yeah, so the Star Wars The Mandalorian and Grogu, that's relatively low for where a lot of these Star Wars movies are. The ones that are lower than that, The Rise of Skywalker, The Phantom Menace is lower, and that's it.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker is the one I hate.
Okay, so right now only 2 movies are lower on Rotten Tomatoes.
And you heard Virginia, I think it had Baby Yoda, and they so tried to throw in little, okay, kids are definitely going to buy that cute little toy. Oh, let's throw that little rock little animal because they know they're going to buy that toy.
Baby Yoda's adorable.
Baby Yoda sucks. I don't give a shit no more. I liked him in the beginning. I was on Baby Yoda's side. Now, quote me, fuck Baby Yoda.
Damn.
Yeah, I said it. I said it.
Controversial stuff.
I said it. I felt good. Oh, it feels good to be a Sith.
One critic of The Mandalorian and Grogu said it's an inoffensive romp and a generic, safe Star Wars movie.
And that's exactly what it looks like.
Okay. So I don't think it's going to affect a lot of people. I mean, do a lot of people determine if they go see a movie or not based on Rotten Tomatoes? Or is it ineffective? Because I don't know that I've ever looked at Rotten Tomatoes and had that effect whether or not I saw a movie.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, when it comes to all that shit, especially now when everything is so full of trickery, even your Rotten Tomato fan scores you can fuck with, there's always some kind of, it's been rigged, it's not real. At that point, I like to go by word of mouth, and I like to trust people who I think have good taste in movies. That's what I go with. It's like a restaurant.
Yeah.
Usually I go to a restaurant because someone told me about it.
Yeah. The only time I use Rotten Tomatoes is on the show. I don't ever in my personal life be like, let's go Rotten Tomatoes first.
In fact, I anytime someone starts using Yelp reviews, I go, don't do it, man.
You got to be careful because a lot of those are jaded. And the people that write reviews are usually just heavy angry.
Yeah, I'm not saying that some Yelp reviews aren't legit and real, but then, I mean, it's the ones that go in on the food and you read the review and it really, their complaint had nothing to do with the food. It had to do with a server being an asshole or something. So then you burn down the entire restaurant because of one bad attitude. When the steak wasn't bad, when the potatoes weren't bad, you ruin it for the entire restaurant because somebody was being a bitch to you or a dick or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's cool.
Do you like the concept of taking a classic movie and putting it back in the theaters? And if maybe it determines on what is the movie, do you think that seeing Talladega Nights in the theater would draw you back out?
No. I love that movie, but it wouldn't drive me to see it. But I did go to Back to the Future and I did enjoy that.
Yeah, I think the only movie I've seen re-released in the theater is when they re-released the trilogy back in the mid-90s. I remember I went back and I watched that and they added the scenes. I'm like, oh, that was the first time I realized it. I'm like, oh, man, you messed with this.
That's when
I didn't like it.
He's talking about the original trilogies, Virginia, and they re-brought them back for Star Wars. And they, for some reason, George Lucas must have been high on angel dust. He wanted to add these.
He had just discovered, he had some unfinished scenes and he just discovered the CGI. And he's like, oh, so he thought it was overly cool. Like he was the only one that really thought it was that cool.
I want to play with this.
That's exactly what it sounded like. I want to play with this. Yes. Yeah.
So you saw new scenes that you'd never seen before, but you would see the actors you knew, and then this cartoonish looking thing that didn't look like it fit right in the scene. You're like, okay, this is, and it just settled wrong with everybody.
It was some corny. It made something so badass corny.
And there were
shit.
scenes that didn't add to it. They should have left them out.
Exactly.
They should have been on the chopping room floor. Nobody was upset that they didn't make it. If you want to see The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, going to be back in theaters June 28th, the 30th, and July 1st for its 20th anniversary.
Oh, wow, so it's a wide release going everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I do love that movie. That movie
Right.
can make me belly laugh.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I'd go to the theater now. I've seen it so many times.
The Sinopolis by Me last summer did that thing where they were playing all the old movies, but they were cheap. Like it was like $5 or $8 or something. It was really cheap. $8 to go see a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Back to the Future. I feel like I paid full price and I didn't get my popcorn. Wish I could go back in time and change that.
And is that where you ordered and they were supposed to bring it to you and they didn't bring it to you?
Oh, boy, and I just was not in a good place.
He's not holding on to that.
And then
I've heard this story like 10 times.
Then I went back and got the biggest tub of popcorn and ate so much to the point where I threw up an hour and a half.
Because you were rage eating.
Yeah.
I'll show them.
Fuck yeah, I'll take some more.
I'll eat till I vomit, then I'll keep eating.
I did. I was like a dog in a dumpster. I'm like, I'm going to eat this whole dumpster.
I think when you go to the theater, a lot of people want one of two different things. Either they want something to be affordable, like you're talking about, like a $5 movie, and you're like, okay, this is cool. I feel nostalgic being in the theater. Or you want the elevated. Canadian Bacon said he saw the original Top Gun last Saturday in IMAX, and he said it was like watching a whole new movie.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a different experience.
Yeah, we saw Back to the Future in one of the fancy theaters without popcorn. But yeah, it was it was a fancy theater.
When they see you coming, they're like, oh shit, we better get that popcorn on point.
The thing that sucked too, there were so many fake deeks going on. Oh, babe, here comes the popcorn. I'm like, fuck, they're going to the other row. And they got, that's not popcorn, that's hot dogs. And then someone else would come by and go, here comes the popcorn.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, it's a different row. It's nachos. Shit.
Popcorn cocktails.
And then like at 50 minutes into the movie, you go, we're not getting popcorn.
With Michael doing so well still in the theaters, you're going to see so much Michael Jackson stuff, and already part of it's starting to emerge. Netflix is going to be debuting a 3-part documentary, Michael Jackson, The Verdict. It's coming out on June 3rd.
His toys are going up too. Remember those vintage Michael Jackson dolls back in the 80s?
Kind of, yeah.
They are, yep. Good luck buying those now.
The Verdict, though, is that all about the court case?
It is. This is going where the movie has not yet. Now, arguably, you'd say the movie Michael hasn't even got to his solo stuff yet, and where the timeline is, it wouldn't even have gotten there yet. But I don't think even when they do the next part of the movie and they do focus on his solo career, I don't think they're touching this kind of stuff.
No.
He lured young boys to Neverland.
The kids knew the combination to the bedroom suite. Their mother didn't.
The defense said Michael Jackson loves children. It's all been misconstrued.
It was our opinion that they began to come up with these allegations to get a payday.
Testimony keeps on coming.
Culkin called the allegations absolutely ridiculous.
I was juror number 8. What has to be proven is beyond a reasonable doubt. Can you doubt that happened?
So by that line, it sounds like they're going in to throw shade that Michael Jackson was responsible for this, because it could go one of two different ways, and they're going to go all in. It's going to be the 2003 child molestation charges, the 2005 trial, and then his eventual acquittal. But you even hear that line that they have at the end right there. It's got to be beyond a reasonable doubt. But when you look at all the evidence, how could you not have a doubt, I guess, in a sense, is what they're trying to say. So it sounds like they're going to be leaning in that, yeah, this is some shady stuff. And you got to imagine the estate of Michael Jackson doesn't love this, because they still want the momentum and they want to have the squeaky clean Michael Jackson when they come out with the next part of this movie.
Absolutely.
I got a different take on this. I think they're going to make you think that's what they're going to do, and it's still going to be a puff piece, and you're not going to hear any bullshit of where they'll say some things to make it try to, oh, this happened and that happened. But
Why do you think they would make it safe?
Because I think, does it Michael Jackson's family have something to do with the movie?
The movie. This isn't the movie.
They have nothing.
It's a different project.
This is Netflix.
They have nothing to do with this?
Nothing to do with this. This is not them at all.
They don't want this.
How are they allowed to do that, though, I wonder? Where you're able to get the
Put together documentaries and tell
court
stories.
case, yeah.
You can get the media. It's
public record.
Do interviews with people. You've always been allowed to do that. You can't control the narrative on that
But you
stuff.
can't play the music, though, and do stuff like that. His music, because you might get into a copyright
It
situation.
depends, because remember, he sold his catalog.
Yeah.
You just got to negotiate with who owns the catalog.
Yeah.
That's not the family. That's people that care about money.
Yeah,
man.
that's a good point.
Yeah. So, and in fact, I would imagine it would be better for them, because I think that's where some people with this Michael movie are like, I just can't get to the point where I can celebrate this dude. And I can't go see it in the theater. And so Netflix is probably like going, there's a lot of people that don't feel like we should be, yay, Michael.
Oh, this is
And I think that's why I think Netflix will go in.
You're
on
right.
this.
I misunderstood, like I do a lot of things. The Netflix one will be absolutely not kissing the ass. If Michael Jackson's people have nothing to do with it, they are going to go for the dirt if they've got it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they had the smoking gun where they had no doubt evidence that Michael Jackson was a monster and did these things, do you think radio stations still play his music? Or do you think he goes completely silent? You never hear his music again. You barely hear it.
I think it's tough, because if there was something that would be the slam dunk, he absolutely did all this stuff, I think it would have come out. You still had people that are accusing it, but you really kind of need more proof. And a lot of it looks shady. I mean, even in that line, they're like, the fact that the kids had the code and the parents didn't. A lot of people.
I just love kids. I don't like the parents.
A lot of people hold these.
They can't come play with us. We're going to build a fort.
Imagine if you're not Michael Jackson and you say that. Oh, the kids have the codes, but the parents don't. If you're not a pop star, anyone else saying that you'd go, what the fuck?
You're right.
It's unbelievable stuff. But a lot of people hold the parents liable for this, and to an extent they are. Why would you be taking your kids over to a grown man's place to go stay and allow these kind of situations?
He paid for time with these kids.
You sold your kids.
You sold your kid.
And
They
so,
also, too,
so that's part of it. There's, if Michael did all this stuff that, people think that maybe he did, or he's been accused of by these people. Yeah, the kids are the victims, but the parents are just about as slimy as Michael.
But what
for
if
allowing that, and for selling your kids or taking money and allow him to go over and have those kind of sleepovers and that kind of stuff?
There was also promises of career, musical, acting, this and that, and parents thought that this was a fast track to become a rich family when the kid got famous.
And all I would say is, parents probably wouldn't probably be on the radar thinking Michael Jackson was a monster. So I can see parents in the beginning trusting their kid with Michael Jackson, going, he's the king of pop. He's not doing anything crazy. Yeah. And the longer and maybe the kids were so scared to even say anything if something was going down.
Yeah. So that's why I don't think we're ever going to get there. I just think that it would have already come out, whatever would, and he's not here to defend himself. And that's the other big part of it. So I don't think that they're going to have that turn to the point where you're saying that they'll cancel and not play his music and all that. I don't.
It was more a hypothetical.
Yeah, I don't see that happen. It's a good hypothetical. I don't see it. I think it would have to be such a bombshell that leaves no doubt that people would be like, yeah, I can't look at it the same way. A lot of people, they suspect it, but they're like, look, they never proved it in court, so I have a clear conscience in listening to his music.
Put Thriller on.
Yeah, a lot of people, a majority of people are that way.
You're right.
I'd say about 80+% of the population doesn't have a guilty conscience listening to Michael Jackson. And you see what they see. Now, can Netflix come out with something that would change that? I doubt it. But I think people will watch because there's a lot of novelty around Michael Jackson right now.
Netflix don't give a shit. As long as you got your peepers watching what Netflix got, they don't care if you go walk away thinking he's guilty or not guilty. As long as you're watching.
They see bringing the eyeballs.
Yeah,
they got a lot of pressure to get those hits. That's really it.
They do a good job, man. Netflix has good documentaries.
Yeah, they do.
The one with the catfishing mom was really good.
Yeah.
Even the one with the Shirillo girl. You got to watch that documentary. You need to not like that family like I don't like that family.
I saw some clips last night. They were playing it on Entertainment Tonight, and yeah, it's rough.
It is rough. I mean, the other thing, too, and you're talking to a guy who does not take a lot of pride on the way he dresses. What? You're going on fucking national TV, and the outfits these motherfuckers were wearing, not only on national TV, but in court. When you have so much to lose, you go, are you guys taking this shit seriously?
They were showing clips of that girl too. Mackenzie, is that her name?
Yes.
She thinks she's a badass.
Exactly.
She walked into prison because her prison cellmate or whatever was on Entertainment Tonight last night, and the cellmate was like, she's a total I'm gonna run this bitch,
and
kind of mean girl, big bad balls energy. She's young.
The reason why she's able to do that is because her parents are giving money, and if you don't think there's other fucking weird guys out there,
paying for her commissary,
they're absolutely doing that. So she is king shit in prison right now.
She can buy anybody anything they want from commissary for protection.
For somebody who's in prison, they're not having the worst time. And they're saying she's hooking up with a lot of people, too.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Prison slut? Caged heat?
There's a lot of caged heat. Rumors going on, Kevin. Commissary talk, if you shall.
Scissoring?
Oh, I mean, don't get me started on the scissoring. That was 20 minutes of...
I know how much you love scissoring.
Well, I mean, who doesn't?
Me.
Well, okay, fair point.
I saw yesterday on social media they had a jailhouse call that was going on with this girl and her mom. Her mom's like, hey, they're recording this kind of stuff. And yeah, she just sounded like a terrible human.
They both were so dumb with how they talked about. As soon as the judge got off, I forget exactly what part of the case it was, but the Mackenzie girl just got some terrible news and gets on the phone with her mom and immediately starts talking so much shit about the judge. And the mom's going, oh, Mackenzie, I wouldn't be saying that right now. But basically, it's going to be okay, Mackenzie. It's coddling her, coddling. Just you could see how that kid grew up to be a fucking asshole.
Yeah, let me see if this is some of the stuff I had. I just pulled this up. There's a couple of the calls that I guess have come out.
Hello. Hey, Mom. I'm talking to people. I can't say. How are you?
I don't know.
Did you move yet?
No.
Okay.
I just don't know why. It's just it wasn't even I understand Davion's mom, kind of how they think because they don't know me.
I know.
But it's what Miss Russo and Angelo said. That was just crazy.
Oh my gosh, Kenzie, look, don't you think on it 1 second.
That was just crazy.
On it 1 second.
And we didn't bring up my stuff at that Dom's house. I need to get my stuff.
He has it. He has that list.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that I heard with it was she sounded like she was very self-centered.
Self-centered.
Nothing about any of the victims or anything like that. There's no remorse in any of this stuff. And yeah, it sounds like she does have that kind of attitude. She's just always...
So the parent, I forget what the mom said, but she said it in a way in court, and the judge immediately interrupted her. She basically, the mom was saying, Mackenzie didn't really know Dom that well. And she's like, why? Oh, so she didn't, or not Dom, the other kid's name. I forget his name. She goes, oh, so because she didn't know him that well, his life didn't matter? Is that what you're trying to say?
Wow.
Yeah. Meanwhile, she's dressed like she just went to TJ Maxx and got the worst outfit. And I'm not one to go in on fashion, but again, you're going to court. What the shit?
Yeah, Patty said, I started watching Crash on Netflix and it is hard to finish. So if you don't know the story, apparently that is the big documentary right now, the story of Mackenzie Shirillo that drove the car into a wall at 100 miles an hour and killed 2 friends.
It was a month later, and her and her 2 friends go as skeleton zombies for their costume, and people were going, what in the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah. Yeah, heartless girl. Seems like. I think that's why people love to hate on how terrible she is.
It's one of those things where every time it goes wrong for them and the family, you're going, yes.
And Michael Bay, who has made some pretty big movies. He did the Bad Boys franchise. He did Armageddon. He did Pearl Harbor. He did Transformers.
Just to name a few small little movies.
Yeah, maybe you've heard of them.
He is going to be doing a new movie based on Operation Epic Fury. And this could be really cool. This was the one, remember right after they started bombing Iran and they said they shot down a jet, the U.S. jet, and the guy was hiding and they used new technology to detect his heartbeat?
Because they knew his unique heartbeat and they were just listening for it. And they finally found it, and they found him hiding like his training had taught him to do.
Yes.
Go to a high point and hide.
Right.
Damn.
That's crazy.
It happened back in April, and President Trump had called it one of the most daring search and rescue operations in U.S. history. And Michael Bay is going to make a movie about the 13 hours that he was running from the Iranians for his life and trying to hide out. And what that must be like to be behind enemy lines when they are massively pissed off, of course.
And they were looking for him.
They were actively looking for him. Yeah, I've seen
civilians.
Video. Yes.
Not just the army. Like, they told civilians, you find him, you get paid, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. I bet that's going to be a good movie.
Imagine that. Imagine having a whole nation that's
trying to find you, and you're hiding in rocks.
Yeah. So I saw that. I'm like, that's going to be a pretty badass movie.
And I don't know the whole story, and they saved him.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
They fucking found him because they knew his unique, identifiable heartbeat pattern. And they somehow were listening in that area where he was hiding, and they're like, that's his heartbeat. Go fucking get him.
I mean, that's next level technology where it blows your dick in the dirt.
Damn.
I remember when I saw that, I'm like, that's the kind of stuff you make a movie out of.
I didn't even know that technology was in existence.
Of course not. Oh, there's some shit you don't know that's already out there that you go, if I knew about this, I would not sleep tonight.
But aren't you happy that like the Black Ops have that?
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing.
There's a couple things that have come out. That and that energy weapon that they had that makes people nauseous. They used that in Venezuela when they went in and got Maduro. So they fired this thing off, and all the guards and everything, they just start going like shit.
They're like, all right, we got this.
I mean, it's coming out of everywhere. There's and they're like, I'm not guarding shit. I can't guard my ass. I can't guard my mouth. I'm not guarding this guy. Yeah.
Damn.
And it just throws everybody.
He's like, I want to fight the good fight, guys, but I just shit my pants.
Trump calls it the discombobulator. Because of course you would. Imagine writing down the side of this great weapon, the discombobulator. But that's pretty wild.
You pray that the discombobulator doesn't continue to fall into the wrong hands, which it has done.
Well, and that's just
bad guys have discombobulators too.
That was Havana syndrome stuff, yeah.
Well, that's why people get nervous about the AI. I mean, typically, throughout history, not every country gets along with everybody. So if all of a sudden this country doesn't like that country and they have their own AI army, and now you have your own AI army, and this country's got their own AI army. Now you've got all of these AI armies.
Well, and you all have people that have infiltrated as spies that are living in those nations. Mm-hmm. So it's like they're all around us, probably.
And if you have an army of AI, you're trained to fight. So you're only going to get better at fighting. And then now you've got all these different AI armies who are not on the same side, by the way.
Horrifying. Mm-hmm. Your mom had it right. Stay home. Agoraphobia is starting to look nice.
She did have agoraphobia, but she could get out of the house for a buffet.
I'm not looking to get out. Yeah. I'm going to stay home. Your mom never got to really experience DoorDash.
I know.
If your mom would have been alive in the time of DoorDash.
If my dad would have just built her a fucking buffet.
Yeah, Randy, you dropped the ball.
She didn't want a pool. She wanted a homemade buffet.
A buffet. I've been amazed. Just stay at home and eat all day off the buffet.
I don't hate the idea.
Well, I got a few emails here. One coming in from Cynthia. We had talked about having premonition dreams, and after her grandmother passed away, she had left a family ring for her, one with a birthstone for each of the 5 children. It was a little big on me, but I figured one day it wouldn't hurt. So I was wearing it, but then I woke up and it was gone.
Oh, no.
And thankfully, I had a dream that it was on the very top shelf in a cupboard in the kitchen, and I got a step stool because I couldn't reach that high, and there it was sitting on the bare shelf by itself.
She had put it there and she forgot?
Yeah.
Damn.
I love stories like that. I'm such a sucker for them.
She said the other time I lost my keys, house, and car and was lost, and I had a dream that they were inside the burner of my stove, and I thought, no way, but I had to look, and they were there.
Whoa. That's cool.
And, you know, the cynic will say, oh, it's just coincidence. And what I'd say to the cynic, who gives a fuck, even if it was, take that moment and enjoy it.
Let people have a little hope, you asshole.
Yeah, let people have a little bit of fucking hope, you asshole. Exactly.
And go fuck yourself.
You don't know. I mean, it does have a viable explanation because the dreams are supposed to be you working out your subconscious. And so you might have... Look, I have that where I'm probably recording something in my mind, but as I'm moving, my thoughts are on something else, but somehow it's still kind of processed in my brain, even though it's not the primary focus I have at that moment. I think that's what a dream might do. You're able to go to your secondary or you know, third camera, and then maybe that's what happens. You put it together. So you could have a logical explanation, but you're right. Those are the kind of things you don't know one way or the other.
It's when weird things happen. I told you this story, and I'll try to keep it quick, but I was having a really terrible day, and shit was going wrong. And I just had this thought. I have a feeling I'm going to see a cardinal, because when I get down, I really want to see a cardinal, but I'm going to see it in an odd form. It's not going to be a regular cardinal. And then I kind of forgot about it, and my buddy picked me up on the side of I-95 because shit was going bad. It was a bad day.
Why were you on the side of 95? You can't just say that and not tell us what the fuck was going on.
You know, like just one of them days.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
Yeah, it's just every now and then you're on the side of 95.
I'm never on the side of 95.
It was a rough day. So long story short, I get in the car, and he could tell I was not doing it well. He goes, just sit in the car for a sec. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna get some drinks for you, some water. You look real dehydrated. And he kept the car on. And out of the blue, this song I'd never heard before. It got me in an instant peaceful mood. And I forget her name. I always forget her name. But I start listening to the words, and it was a song called Cardinal. And it kept on saying, Cardinal, it's a message from the other side. And the words started really speaking to me, and I go, hey, this is that cardinal thing you're talking about.
Damn.
You're getting a message from a cardinal, but it's not the bird, but it's that thing you were really... I never heard the song. I think it's Casey Musgraves.
It is Casey Musgraves.
And it's such a fucking jam. And all of a sudden, I started hearing that at certain times when I needed to hear it. And it's now a song on my playlist.
Yeah.
But it came to me in a form that I thought was more of a spiritual sense than me just seeing a cardinal fly by. Because I remember going, you're going to have a cardinal experience, but not with the bird. Something weird with the cardinal's going to happen today. And
Maybe spring training?
Yeah, anything.
They're right there in Abercrombie.
I would have accepted, and even if a spring training cardinal bus drove by, I would have said, all right, that was fucking weird. I'll take it. It's weird.
Yeah.
And who knows? It could have been a coincidence.
Christina said, I recently quit weed, so my dreams are back, and they are weird. Last night I had a dream that Jbird debuted a brand new song on the KVJ Show, but it was just kind of an a cappella version of Ring My Bell. But all the voices were Virginia's layered on top of each other. If you haven't listened to the song in a while, just imagine V doing all the woo and ah sounds.
Have you been sleeping a lot, that person who's been reading?
It's kind of odd. Yeah, they quit weed and then they start getting bizarre dreams.
Well, that happens to some people.
You think you get them after you start.
They stop weed, especially if you're a heavy weed smoker. Once it starts to kind of get out of your system, you start having vivid dreams. Now, it goes the other way, too. People who do smoke weed also report having very vivid dreams when they didn't have dreams before smoking weed. So,
okay.
Tomato, Virginia.
And a question from Jeremy said, so when I watch your show on YouTube or Spotify, I've noticed a big percentage of the time Virginia is looking up and to the left when she's talking. Is there something going on up there? Is there a little person juggling or naked pictures of Chris Hemsworth hanging in that corner? Have you guys noticed?
Jbird is up and to my left. I'm probably just looking at him.
Yeah, she's just looking at me, I think.
Okay.
Can you blame her?
I mean, I don't know if you saw them titties earlier, but he did bring them out during the regular show, and you'd be looking too.
I'm rocking this fucking pizza hat. Look how sweet this thing is.
Dog trainer Bailey said, you often confuse gators and crocodiles, and I hope this puts things into perspective on just how different they actually are. Humans and chimpanzees share more DNA in common than gators and crocodiles.
Yeah, I think we knew crocs and gators weren't the same. It's just sometimes easier to...
I don't think I knew that.
Really?
They look the same to me, bruh.
Crocs look way meaner than it. Crocs look like they would fuck you up, eat your lunch, and then take your wife.
Big lizard, low to the ground, scaly.
They look more dinosaur-like to me. Old and kind of just, I got ancient teeth. I want to eat your new bones.
Yeah, and I got this image here. If you don't know and you're watching us right now on YouTube or on Spotify, you can tell a gator because they wear sunglasses and a Hawaiian shirt, and they ride e-bikes.
And they wear dope shirts.
Yeah. So that's how you know an alligator over a crocodile.
All right. Thank you, Bailey. We get it now.
I was looking up and trying to really focus like it was going to be real.
Okay. She's fucking making jokes. I'm over here trying, I know about crocodiles.
Actually, it was Engineer Keith that made that joke.
Oh, well, very good, Engineer Keith.
And Christina in Brooklyn has some Claude advice for Jbird.
Hey, don't worry about it, Bird, man.
She is a marketing professional in the city, NYC. And she's given me some very good prompts or some tips on prompts before. And yeah, I realize I need to get better at my prompt writing for AI. So I do appreciate him, Christina. Keep them coming. She said, I'm only writing in because Jbird has mentioned how dumb Claude is on almost every show, including The Weird and Whatever, for not answering his cornbread question correctly. Probably the worst way to try and use Claude, actually. Any type of question that you could easily Google is not a task for AI. They're basically sorting through information and giving you what you think you want. In order to unlock the real power of some of these programs, you need to have a goal in mind and write your prompts like you're speaking to an intern who's never worked a day in her life before.
Yes, and I do appreciate that, but I'm not trying to sound like a dick. I do know all that. That is how I treat Claude. I should have never used the fucking cornbread example because I'm still hearing about that. And yes, I know about Tiger Woods and his blood. You can't subpoena his blood. I keep getting emails about that still.
Still?
Yeah, but no, she is right. You have to train your AI to do the things you want it to do. I am more making fun of Claude because I don't like Claude's personality. But I agree with her. Her email is correct. I'm not using it the way she thinks I am. But she is correct. And Claude's a dick as well.
She said where Claude really stands out is connecting with other business tools. For instance, if you guys pull monthly impressions from Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok every month, I could connect those data sources to Claude and teach it what I want to pull on the 5th of the month and then set a skill where it would automatically be running those numbers in the background. Then it would create my PowerPoint slides for me to present those numbers. I'm currently connecting my Claude to work systems like Asana, Microsoft Office, Facebook ads, things like that. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, no,
I need to get that.
What she's talking about with Claude, I agree. But, to my point, if this is still an AI robot, Claude, being as great as Claude is, even though you have to train him, should not get cold cases wrong. Shouldn't say the name of a wrong murderer.
Right.
You shouldn't have to train Claude to do that.
That's easy to Google.
And I'm going to always get on Claude about that. But yes, you have to train your AI to do what you want it to do for you.
She said another big difference in Claude versus something like Grok is Claude has been trained to not give discriminatory, toxic, or inappropriate outputs and doesn't allow users to use for illegal or unethical services. Grok doesn't give an F about this and is what people are using to create child porn and things like that.
Oh, no.
That is, you will go to jail, by the way. Just people think because it's not real porn, it's still an image of a child and you're going to go to jail.
Why would you want that on your computer?
Because you're a sick fuck and you think you're getting away with it.
Now, Dina sent us an email and she said, I have an acquaintance I follow on social media and I saw yesterday she posted on her story her deceased son's high school diploma. Her son died in an accident in 2023 while riding his e-bike in Boynton Beach. Jeez. That means her son was a freshman when he passed away. She posted a video when the school called her son's name and said the mom would accept the diploma. She walked up to accept it, and the crowd went wild. I thought this was so bizarre, and I didn't know schools would even do this. Is this new? It seems kind of weird to me, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it seemed very sad. I just thought I would share it with you. Maybe others have seen this before. I have not. It was at Royal Palm Beach High School.
I think it's beautiful. You're giving that family something that was taken from them, the joy of being able to watch their child graduate because he died too soon. And I think that's a beautiful gesture for the school to do that for their family.
Yeah, I guess I don't understand why you'd have a problem with that. Is it because it's too bizarre and weird?
I think she's just thinking he was a freshman when he passed.
Because he didn't get the credits?
So he missed 3 years of the process of getting a diploma.
I would just maybe reel it in and not be upset and try to give this mom
I don't think they are upset. They're just saying
comfort.
they thought it was sad. They don't know how they feel about it. Just curious if other schools are doing it. So I don't think she's going in. I think she's just like, okay.
Well, most schools are not going to have to deal with this. This is something that, a freshman died, and then when he was a senior, they let his mom have a healing moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to me,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, I think this is a no-brainer.
Yeah, I think we had 4 kids in my class die.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, doing 4 quick little things for those kids wouldn't take that long. And I think it's a nice thing, like you're saying.
It's a great tribute.
Look, man, you're only on this rock one time, and those families lost their kid. Yeah, I get that their kid didn't do the credits because they weren't there.
And if you talk to the parents of a child that passed away, the number one thing they will tell you, because I've talked to lots of them, I don't want my child to be forgotten.
Yeah.
I want people to say their name.
Yeah.
I want people to remember them and repeat their name, and don't be afraid to talk to me about them because that keeps their spirit alive. It's when people act awkward and don't bring up the dead child and maybe don't reach out to those parents anymore or never include them in anything.
And they think it's good to never mention it. It's almost like the child that never existed and had a footprint whatsoever.
That's the wrong way to handle it. You bring up the child, you talk about the child, you celebrate the child, and you celebrate their life, and you don't let that child be forgotten.
I mean, a lot of people forget that, but that sometimes is the hardest part when you lose a loved one. If you lose a loved one, the first 3 to 4 weeks, it's such a whirlwind of so many emotions, and everyone is there. Typically you have the most support in the beginning, and you have things to distract you sometimes from your sadness. It's that week 5 or that, a month and a half later where everyone else gets back to their life.
Yeah.
And you are now left with the sadness. And that sometimes can be the hardest part of going through a death.
Yeah.
And people forget that. And that's when sometimes people need you the most.
Yeah. Some people are saying that, this isn't necessarily a new thing, that this has gone on. And it is an interesting thing. I've never seen it before. It's unique to me, but...
I've never seen it either. Thank God, because I would be bawling my eyes out, and I didn't even wear waterproof mascara.
I wouldn't make it through either. Yeah.
As long as someone's not getting all butthurt going, they never got a 3.3 GPA. Like, if that's the take, then I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
That would be annoying for me.
Let's reel it in if that's the take.
And if that's the take, but I think
I really like it. I do, because, that's the first thing I think you would think of is all the memories and moments that we were robbed of having them taken so soon. And what are those kind of moments that we could at least be like, hey, today would have been the day that we'd have been celebrating this. And I want to be there because my child would have been there and his memory, his spirit. Yeah.
100%.
I sent an AI picture of my mom waving to a relative up in Rhode Island, and they didn't take it. They didn't like it. They thought it was weird and bizarre, and they were creeped out. And for what I gathered, they wish I wouldn't have sent it.
Really?
So some people do have
Send another one.
Yeah, this person's an asshole too, by the way, to be quite honest with you.
Double down and send him another one.
They would find an issue with a free pizza party.
If that picture gives you joy, and a lot of times when you bring that picture to life make it a video, that gives people healing and comfort and joy. Yeah. Why would you not want someone to have healing, comfort, and joy?
It just always sucks when you think you're doing something nice, and then
tough.
Then you're like, oh, I guess I'm an asshole.
And look, when somebody does that, even if you don't have to tell them, be like, look, their heart was in the right place. Why do you got to take a dump on their kind act?
Yeah.
I don't get why people do that. It's like, okay, thanks.
But it does show you that Some people really do have an issue and are creeped out by the whole AI thing. They don't like it. They don't like the fact that you can manipulate the dead and bringing them back.
Yeah.
They have a problem with it.
That's probably somebody that's not very well adjusted to death themselves.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. And to end on something that's just senseless and fun, Jill said, my parents are on a cruise and I found some cat paraphernalia, the weed witch. She said, time to party. Would you expect anything less? You've got Smokey's stash for cats, and that cat is about to take a big old trip.
Oh, look at that! You didn't want to end on AI dead mom picture?
Yeah, I thought we'd end on stone cat instead. Yeah, I thought that was the way to go.
That's the right call.
There you go. Stone cat for you today.
Meow, meow. Meow, meow.
All right, well, we have got a fun day tomorrow because you know what kicks off when we do Fridays in the summertime?
Oh, the Free For All Friday.
Free For All Friday is back tomorrow, so we're going to be playing party songs all freaking morning.
I have got some upbeat Jim Croce songs you are going to love.
Okay, great. I will definitely delete that email.
I've got some NWA bangers.
Oh, yeah, if you guys have some suggestions, because I am putting together, we're going to update the list because we realize some have probably aged out. And let's bring in some fresh. Let's bring in new. Let's throw away the too old. And
what's the Ralston rule of too old? There's a year you got to stick by, because I remember I was sending you songs and my year was a little too late, Virginia.
Probably when we get in the 70s. Yeah.
No one wants to hear Jim Croce.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah. So it's going to be a fun little Friday to get to the weekend. We'll see y'all here for that then. Goodbye.